What up? You've probably noticed my new hand tattoo. Thankfully, I love it. It's done by Mike Hyatt at Good Times Tattoo in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I'm getting the left side of my neck tattooed next week. We're starting off 2026 with a fucking bang. And speaking of bangs, I'll pull the trigger if you don't like this video. Now, what exactly are we doing today? I've gathered the best and the worst tattoo TikToks I could find since last week. Now, have you ever heard the phrase, well, you saw the stencil? I think this is something I see said most commonly on the internet, especially in response to somebody posting a tattoo they got and asking for feedback. Does it look as bad as I think? What do you guys think of this tattoo? Or they're saying, I can't believe how bad my tattoo turned out. There's always some motherfucker in the comments saying, well, you saw the stencil. And I've talked about this before, but I don't know if I have on YouTube, but it's just not that simple, right? Allow me to show you an example. She trusted the artist and the design. This is the design she approved, and this is the tattoo she left with. Holy shit. This video goes on to do a cover-up of the whole thing. I don't really care about that. Just this stencil versus what she got. Oh my God. Just a perfect example of why saying, you saw the stencil, doesn't actually mean anything. It's not like any practical sort of information you can put into use when you're getting a tattoo. So I just want to go over a couple things that you can do to make sure this doesn't happen to you. First thing you got to understand is there are bad tattoo artists. I'm not talking about, oh, I don't like how they do their tattoos. I don't like the colors they use. I don't like traditional tattoos. That's not what we're talking about. That is subjective. There are objectively poorly done tattoos that were not tattooed into the skin well. There is good line work versus bad line work. There is good shading versus bad shading. This tattoo is a prime example of what bad line work and bad shading looks like. And the next thing that you can do without learning about any of that is just looking at the tattoo artist's Instagram. Whoever did this tattoo is always doing work that looks like this. This is not a one-off. This is not some random occasion. This is how good their tattoos look. Any tattoo artist out there is going to be using Instagram. They're posting their tattoos there. Go look at it. Just make sure they don't look fucking disgusting. And I mean, besides that, good luck. Let's continue. I did this tattoo single-handedly, like literally. Okay, so they fucked up their arm and they did the entire thing with one hand. They're using their left hand. Hopefully they're already a lefty. And they're having somebody else stretch the skin. I don't know, here's an idea. Just fucking cancel the appointment. I mean, this tattoo probably wouldn't have turned out that much different, all things considered. It just kind of feels like a shitty thing to do. Like, you got hurt. It's going to affect your ability to tattoo. Tattoos are permanent. Doesn't seem like something you should take lightly. Just get your shit together, recover, tattoo them later, reschedule it. I can't even imagine. Like, if I went in to get this fucking tattoo, my artist was just, like, in a cast, just all fucked up. No, we're just going to run this one left-handed today. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing that. Getting tattooed is already, like, kind of stressful, and it's a loud environment, and it's a permanent decision. Don't make it any weirder for the client. I try to force them into this weird situation where you're like, oh no, I can do it. I can do it. It's totally fine. No, I don't mind at all. I'm ambidextrous. Like, just fucking reschedule. Right? I know it's not that big of a deal for this specific tattoo, but in general, I feel like you shouldn't do that. What else can I talk some shit about? $150 half sleeves. Tap the fuck in. Where even is the sleeve, bro? What are we talking about? Half sleeve? This is like 7 minutes of tattooing. The confidence some people have when posting on the internet. Couple things. First of all, to call this a half sleeve, it's like the size of this dragon. And on what fucking planet is that a half sleeve? A half sleeve would be both sides of your arm, like up to here, I'd say. That'd be fine. Or the outside of your arm all the way up. It's half. Pretty self-explanatory. So that's definitely not a half sleeve. Second of all, $150 for a fucking half sleeve? Tattoos are expensive. I understand. But tattoos are a permanent accessory. They last forever, for the most part. They're a luxury thing. Like, you don't need to have tattoos. Just like you don't need to have jewelry, or you don't need to have nice clothes. You are totally fine and will survive and thrive without them. So I will never understand, like, price hopping or trying to find the cheapest tattoo. Like, if anything, a tattoo artist advertising that they're really fucking cheap is just the biggest red flag. There is no way in hell I would ever consider getting tattooed by somebody who's doing a $150 half sleeve. If you ever think to yourself, man, this is such a good deal, it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. Just a little food for thought. So I want to show you this one, not because I really care about this tattoo at all, but I want to talk about tattoo compositions for a second. Tattoos like this, where a block of text just goes straight through some other element. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Why? I don't understand. Like, do people think this looks... Are people liking this? Does this look good? I just want to let you know that there are other options. There are way better ways to combine elements. And also, I just want to remind you, it's okay to get one thing in your tattoo. It's okay to just get the rose. It's okay to get all the words somewhere else. You don't need to have the words just destroying the entire stem of this rose. Why even have the stem on this rose if it's not even going to be there? It's just going to be cut off by all this text. I mean, it's just a classic case of trying to shove 10 pounds of shit into a 5-pound bag. It's fine to not put everything you want into one tattoo. If anything, it's probably better. You can get one tattoo for one thing. You can get another tattoo for another thing. I know it can be exciting, especially when you don't have a lot of tattoos and you're a little earlier on. You want to get everything at once. That hurt. You don't have to do it. Just a reminder that it's totally okay to break up your ideas into multiple tattoos. And personally, I think you'll probably get better results. Now we're going to check out something cool because kind of need a little refresher after that. Damn, this tattoo's fucking gnarly, dude. Wow. This thing looks really cool, though. I gotta admit. That's a tattoo. That is a fucking tattoo. Definitely don't think anybody should be getting something like that unless they're a tattooer. I don't know if this person tattoos or not, and obviously they can do whatever the fuck they want, but this is a whole nother level of visibility. It's super in your face. I really like it. I love the design. It's fucking cool. And obviously this dude's covered in face tattoos and probably everywhere else, so it's not as big of a deal for him, but damn. Let me know in the comments, would you ever consider getting a face tattoo? I would consider it, for sure. I'm definitely not against it at all. I think for me, I'd have to be like way more tattooed. Like, I know I just got one of my hands tattooed and I'm getting my neck done soon, but I still have so many other spots to get. I have a lot of tattooing to go before I would ever consider face tattoo. It's just really no going back from that. Next, sticker sleeves. One of the worst tattoo trends of 2025. I really hope these start to die off. This is one of many that just look fucking awful. And I don't know exactly what it is. I think to me personally, it's just without even getting into whether these tattoos are well done or not, I don't really care. Just aesthetically, the size of these tattoos, I don't know, it doesn't do anything for me, and that's fine. I'm obviously not going to be getting any of those. I hope everybody who has sticker sleeves loves them. Hope you love it. But like for me personally, I like it when a tattoo fits the spot. This is my hand. I got a tattoo the size of my hand. Another good example, this is my shoulder, right? The tattoo is the size of my shoulder. I just think it's best when your tattoos kind of complement your body shape. And there's something about sticker sleeves that are just so pointless and unintentional. I just can't get into it. Also, I think getting all these done at once is not a good idea either. I don't even think I would recommend people get like a larger patchwork type sleeves like I'm working on in one day. I just think there's something really beneficial about the time in between appointments and being able to think about things and flush out ideas and decide against things. When you get it all at once, there is no going back from that. What do we have next? I'll show you another good one. Okay, there's a couple good ones this time. Contrary to the usual, we got a good one. I'll be the first to admit I talk a lot of shit on religious tattoos, but I just want to let it be known that it has nothing to do with the subject matter. Is actually zero to do with the subject matter. I think religious tattoos are some of the fucking coolest tattoos you can get. I talk a lot of shit on religious tattoos, but they just are tattoos that happen to be religious, okay? I don't know if there's really any correlation there. I have no ill will towards religious tattoos. If anything, religious iconography is so fucking cool. Like, as somebody who's not religious, I have one Sacred Heart tattoo right here. I have another one on my thigh that you can't see. I'm wearing pants. But I think crosses are fucking sick. I think Jesus is a sick tattoo. Crown of Thorns, sick tattoo. The praying hands, so cool. Like, there's so much imagery associated with religions that have obviously made their way into tattooing. And at least in my opinion, once they're in tattooing, they kind of have transcended their maybe original meaning without the same context of it being inside of a church or being on somebody who is practicing. It doesn't feel like it means the same thing anymore, at least to me. Like, for example, these are little cards or something. I don't even know what you call this, but this is from when my grandma passed away recently. And I have a couple of these, so I didn't draw on all of them, but I drew some little tribal stuff kind of in the background. And I obviously love a good Sacred Heart. I just think religious iconography makes for the best fucking tattoos. They look so cool. And even in this one that I'm showing you on the screen, black and gray, looks fucking awesome. But the main reason that it looks good is because it was a good tattoo. They were done well. They look nice. I'm not always talking about the subject matter. In fact, I'm usually not talking about the subject matter. It's mostly about how they look in general and if they were done well. But I tell you what, if your religious tattoos look like shit, I'm going to tell you they look like shit, okay? Just being honest. And real quick, before we continue, I just want to say thanks for watching so far. Hope you're enjoying the video. If you are, leave a like, and back to the video. We have a visitor. Let's check out the next video. I don't think I've ever been more surprised by a cover-up. When I saw this black blob, I thought this cover-up sucks. And then they started going over everything with black and white, and after a couple sessions, this thing looks insane. It looks so good, and it looks way more a part of the rest of this sleeve than I thought it would. It really blends in. It just works. Typically, the worst cover-up tattoos, I feel like, are just some massive blob of black ink, and you can obviously look at it and tell that's a cover-up. I don't get that with this. Maybe it's just because of the white ink on top. I mean, obviously, when it's just black and they haven't done any of the second layer, that really looks like a cover-up. But putting this design in there, this little dragon, going over it again with black and white, this thing looks fucking awesome. I'm blown away by that one. Super fucking cool. It just works. It just fits with everything else. They turned this big, ugly black blob into a part of the larger design. I'm super impressed with that. That's so sick. Fuck yeah. If you got a really crazy looking cover up, take notes. But now some tattoos you can't just cover up, right? It doesn't work for everything. Sometimes laser is the only option. And this is certainly one of those situations. I mean, what are we doing here? How did this tattoo get here in the first place? Is this real? God, it looks real. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, sometimes laser is your only option. I don't know how the fuck you even end up with a tattoo like that. That's so crazy. Something's happening right now in the zeitgeist. Not that long ago, tattoos used to be significantly more unacceptable. Now, obviously, people have been getting tattooed for a long time, but over the last 10 years, they've become way more socially acceptable. And I think a lot of that has to do with certain celebrities getting tattooed, and definitely social media plays a role in all this. Even just when I was younger, like, I got so many tattoos in spots that weren't visible before I ever got, like, a visible tattoo. Like, I had a bunch on my torso and, like, shoulder, upper arm area. I was, like, trying to max out those spots before I got anything even like down on my forearms. And it was a big deal when I got my forearms tattooed. I mean, now I have my hand tattooed. I don't know, something's missing now. People don't take tattoos as seriously, and there's less thought going into them. There's less awareness about how much they can actually still hinder you in your existence with being a tattooed person. Like, I see people getting the craziest stuff tattooed all the time. And maybe people were always getting ridiculous tattoos and we just see it more because of social media. But part of me has to think that because they're more acceptable, people are more willing to get more ridiculous tattoos. Like, I hate to tell you, no matter how acceptable tattoos become, if you have a dick tattooed on your face, like, you know what I mean? Like, you got a dick on your face, dude. Like, you're not gonna get jobs because of that. People aren't gonna like you because of that. Just because tattoos are more acceptable doesn't mean you gotta go get some ridiculous tattoo. Please, 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 please think things through. Still, think critically. Speaking of tattoos being more socially acceptable, there's a lot more people teaching themselves how to tattoo, which I don't know if I really have a problem with that at face value. I think I have like more issues with people who like aren't artists trying to tattoo, because that's fucking insane. Let's just check this one out. My Roman Empire, the fact a skill I learned during a manic episode at 16 is now income. Girl, you did not learn a skill. Damn. Yeah, you definitely did not learn this skill. That's insane. To try to tattoo your own shoulder over there, first of all, is a ridiculous task, but you didn't learn how to tattoo because you bought a tattoo machine and have done tattoos. That's not what learning something means. God, you should not be able to buy tattoo machines on Amazon. There's something insane happening where people are trying to get into tattooing without being an artist. Like they don't do any drawing. They don't paint. They don't do anything. And then they think that they're going to get into tattooing, and they go on Amazon and buy a tattoo machine, and then they start fucking up a bunch of people's bodies and just like scarring people and fucking their skin up. Like tattooing isn't something you just pick up and start doing. I can't imagine a crazier thing. I don't understand. I don't understand why anybody would try to get into tattooing without doing other shit. Like it's pretty simple, right? Like tattoos are drawings. Like you had to come up with what you're gonna tattoo somehow. You need to be able to draw. You need, and even people who do like black and gray and maybe aren't drawing all their references and are gathering images and compiling stuff. Like those people can still draw. They can still do other shit. What else do we got? We got a couple more here. I just wanted to include this one because I thought it was very interesting to place this tattoo here with the ear right there, because it kind of feels like lazy to me, or you didn't think about it. Like just having a body part like that. The other ones would be like besides your ear, like it happens with belly buttons, nipples. Like take those things into account when you're placing the tattoo, so you don't just have this random body part disrupting your tattoo. Like this ear in the middle of this clown's forehead. Like it looks ridiculous. It looks like you didn't even think about it. And I just want to say I think the tattoo looks really good. The tattoo's very well done. I just think that it would have looked better smaller. Maybe it's just the size of your neck, and if you can't do it that big, then do something else. You can do a massive clown head on the back of your head, top of your head, anywhere. But just to do it this big, I don't know. Felt kind of weird. Didn't really like it. Next. This is why you need to go to an artist who tattoos for the healed results. Look at this. This before looks kind of crazy, but the healed photo, holy fucking shit, dude. This looks so good. And the amount of gray that they used in this tattoo, not even just like watered down black, but like the color gray, I really like. It makes this tattoo look silver. It looks reflective. It looks shiny. Just looks fucking good. And this is just like another reminder that obviously tattooers should be posting healed photos. And if they're not, it's an immediate red flag. All artists know that they should be doing this. So anyone who's not doing this is either extremely inexperienced or intentionally trying to hide something from you. Do not be fooled. It's standard practice to be posting healed photos of your tattoos. One, it shows transparency. Hey, this is how it healed. This is what it looks like. Number two, it also shows that they have returning clients, which I think is really big and something that not a lot of people might consider. Returning clients is a big green flag. Definitely good sign if a tattoo artist you're going to has a lot of returning clients. It means they're good people, good prices, happy clients. I mean, there's not much else you could ask for, really. And kind of a side note, but what's really cool about this one is you can see like the individual lines that appear in shading sometimes, depending on the needle sizing and how it was done. But in the healed photo, look how smooth everything got. Like these little microscopic pigments that kind of give it this scratchy look just expanded or withered away and left everything looking super fucking smooth. This tattoo is perfect. Looks so fucking good. And just, again, another great reminder that healed photos are super important. And with that, my friends, we have one more video. I stumbled across this one and I knew I had to talk about it. It's very, very cool. Let's check it out. 10 years ago, I tattooed a tree as a conceptual artwork. A photo was taken each year to document the healing process. The title is Mother Nature. So in this first photo, it looks like they carved off all the bark on this tree and then tattooed it. You can tell they used color. Let's see how this thing ages with each year. After 1 year, we're losing a little bit of definition, and you can see some of these colors are really bleeding quite a bit, especially these yellows and reds down at the bottom. Super fucking crazy that this is actually still here. Wow, even cooler with the bark starting to grow back on top. Damn, this is insane. I would have never thought that this would have lasted for this long. Damn, this is so cool. Towards the end here, we're starting to really lose any sort of resemblance. 2025, I'd say that's completely gone. And now, obviously, bark is different from human skin. I think this is a really good visual for the lifespan of a tattoo. Not all tattoos are going to age like this and will look like this at the end of our lives. This is a really good way to show visually how something so simple and bold can benefit this tattoo in the long run and can help it remain looking recognizable. The more a tattoo changes, the less recognizable it's going to be, obviously. And these really simple shapes, heart, banner, mom, like a couple little leaves, very, very simple. And this is really why traditional tattoos are kind of the king when it comes to tattoo longevity. There's obviously plenty of other styles that age incredibly well, but American traditional is one of them. Traditional tattoos as a whole are really cool because they have been refined. They've been done for a lot longer, and so people have been able to see not only healed tattoos, but oh, this is what they look like on somebody who's 90. And other types of tattooing, you just don't have that same physical evidence. Not to say that other types of tattooing can't age well, but just American traditional tattoos and other types of traditional tattoos have this evidence in existence already. And with that, my friends, we've done it. I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me for the last 20 minutes or so. If you want to see more videos, be sure to subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.